Fursuit Friday.
And the end of the year and more importantly, certain other holiday are coming up real soon. But I thought we'd do a video where we talk about all the awesome games that Azurean has played this year. Since I haven't really played a whole lot of games of my own, I may end up trying to do a YouTube short doing a list of the games that I've played. But for now, we're going to go over the games that Azurean has played, and some of which I've played together with her. We've got a tier list set up here. Do it together real quick. Unfortunately, the base tier list that I could find that was empty just had a bunch of question marks that I couldn't get rid of or don't know how to get rid of, so I made them in their own tier. So, so anyhow, let's go through the list here.
Okay, well, might as well start with the one that's already placed.
Yes.
Transformers Devastation. Yes, it is one of my favorite games ever. So yeah, that's definitely a double S tier. I think S tier would have sufficed, but yeah.
It already came with double S tier, so I left it.
Yeah, we'll learn how to use the website better. But it's easily my favorite. It's about the Transformers. They got a lot of the original voice actors back. Not all of them, but a lot. And the ones that were replaced, for whatever reason, either because the actor couldn't return or they had or they were deceased. Well, I guess that falls into the first category. But
and how many times had you played through this game before this time?
Oh my gosh, I played through it on my own probably 3 times.
So this would have been your 4th full playthrough.
No, I've streamed it. On stream, I've done it about 3 times.
Oh.
So this would have been like at least my 6th playthrough. I love the game a lot.
So yeah, hence why it's in double S tier.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's just a great game. Fun game. Original voice cast. The sound effects are great. Storyline takes place within the original cartoon. It even looks like the original cartoon and plays out like an episode of the original cartoon. It's great. What's the next one?
Next one is AVGN Adventures 1 and 2.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. It's a game I've been curious about. It's games I was curious about for a very long time. Back when they came out, I was aware they existed, and it was always one of those, eventually I'll get to that. I liked them. Thought they were a lot of fun. Definitely felt like something indicative of the nerd. It's retro gameplay with the nerd, and he talks like the nerd does. It's great. I don't know. I would say I'd put it, but it's also very difficult. Not the most fun. It's a fun game, but I've just played more fun. I think I would put that. Let's put it in B tier.
Okay, so green. All right. Next, we got Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2.
Right? That's
It was just Battlefront.
Or just Battlefront. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I do have both, but I would play Battlefront this year.
So this is when did you play this? We didn't see this on stream.
Yeah, we didn't see it on stream. I played this at a LAN party. It's an annual get together, which serves as a Christmas party for with a bunch of friends. That is, we always play. The only mode we play is the flight sim style mode. It's most of us have joysticks. Most of us have the same joystick. And because it works great with this game, it makes the flight levels playable. Because with the keyboard and the mouse, they feel broken.
Yeah.
But with the joystick, they're actually a lot of fun. So I do really enjoy. it. But considering it's this expansive game and we only play one mode in it.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, it's hard to say. I think I'd put it. I think we'd put it in B tier.
Okay. Next is Braid.
Braid was a lot of fun. Every level, it's a story about this guy trying to get back with his girl. They were separated, and the story of all the details. Every level, you're presented with a level, and that's the only thing that's consistent. It's like the levels will have a new set of rules of physics.
Indeed.
Sometimes you're rewinding time, sometimes you're speeding it up. Sometimes you're kind of defying gravity. There's a bunch of little things, and you have to kind of figure out through gameplay what the rules are.
Indeed, and I always thought that was like one of the more interesting things
Yeah,
about the
especially if you
game.
hate game tutorials. That was a lot of fun. Um,
Yeah, it definitely didn't be like, hey, this is what the rules are. This is what you can do. It just said, here's a level. Figure
yeah.
out what you can do and what you can't.
I thought it was a lot of fun, and I think it was a great game, and it's very detailed. It don't feel like it has a ton of replay value.
Yeah, I mean, you could. There's like speed running it, but
Yeah, aside
yeah,
from running, once you know what the rules are, like
even then it's
good,
tough.
it's still fun, but a good portion of of the gameplay is gone because you just know how to do it. It's just like, okay, I'm just gonna put inputs in now. Um, oh man, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of creative. It's hard because creatively, it's definitely like an A tier game. But
Okay,
if we're gonna factor in replayability,
do we have to? We don't have
we
to.
don't have
Just
to.
what your experience was playing it.
I had a lot of fun. A tier.
Okay. Next is Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. Did you play it on Father's Day?
Yeah, that was all right. Reminded me a family that I don't really have anymore.
Oh,
But
but you have me now.
yeah, there you go. But I thought it was okay. I'd put it C tier.
C tier.
Yeah.
Okay. Trying to keep you in
Yeah.
frame here, girl.
Oh, why did you say so?
City
What are you
Connection.
doing? City Connection was a lot of fun. That is an old
It's an NES
Famicom
game.
game or NES game. It features a city van, which
It-
is like what the original Skids was in Transformers.
The-
If this is him in robot mode, I assure you in vehicle mode, he looks more like
This
that.
this was when you were playing the NSO for a stream. You did
Yeah.
several games, but this is the one that you decided was worth talking about for this.
Yes. It's just a lot of fun. You play as a city van, and as character driving one. You
Presumably.
drive around on platforms, and you color them in as you
Mhm.
go along. And
What's the obstacle? What's trying to stop
there's
you?
some sort of furry creature that you gotta like not hit, and then
Wasn't it police cars?
there's police cars too. There's police cars and like was it a cat? I don't remember exactly.
Okay, so how would you rank it?
It was okay. I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. As far as the game though, it's like the akin to an Atari game. I would put it as C.
C. Okay.
I mean, I liked Atari. Don't get me wrong.
All right. Now this is one we played with St. Drew the Winter Wizard when he came over.
Yes.
Just in private though. It's
A bunch
Clubhouse
of-
Games.
Yeah, it's basically a bunch of real world mini games based on real world games.
We played Ludo. We played Blackjack, and we played Chinese checkers. Yes.
I liked it.
And
Very
I
simple.
forget if we played any others on stream before that, but in any
I w-
case, how would you rate it?
I would say for sheer variety, it's good value. I guess B tier. I feel bad rating it because I like most of the. Basically, I don't play a game if I don't like it.
Okay,
so.
we got Call of Duty Black Ops. Oh no! What did I do?
Hey, just close this one out. You don't have to have this one there. You go.
Oh no!
Just go to the saved one, the one that you saved. You
What?
saved it, right? Or copied the address?
What? I accidentally hit the button that sent me back to the
You
previous
didn't
page.
Save it before? You always save your work, Sikonko.
We don't have an account, girl.
I have an account. Plus,
with this, I asked you that yesterday. You said you didn't have an
one,
account.
but you asked me.
Oh,
And you could also copy the URL to the page.
The Earl.
URL. I'm old school, Sikonko. Why did you should it?
Oh no. I'm so sorry.
I had to start this one over. Technical difficulties.
That's what I get for That's what you get for having a button that sends you back to the previous page. It's so
Yeah.
easily clickable.
You could copy the specific address. It gives your tier list a specific address.
And Transformers. All right. So AVGN was A.
Yeah, I think so.
Battlefield was
Yeah, we'll put it in B tier.
B. Braid was A.
Yeah, there you go.
Brothers was
C.
C. C. All right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, City Connection.
Yeah, that would put it in C.
Okay.
And
Clubhouse
those for the
Games.
sheer variety, a lot of fun. I think it's a B tier.
B tier. Okay.
It's not definitely not an A tier.
Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
Yeah, old school game, still a lot of fun. But it has that mechanic where you got the knife, you kill everybody.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, you're basically indestructible if you have a knife.
Oh
And
my.
I don't remember which setting you're supposed to have that gives you the knife, but
Okay.
um,
This is
ah,
another one you play at the LAN party for
yeah,
catching
yeah,
people
I
up.
didn't stream it. I would say it's a C tier. Yeah, I'd say it's a C tier.
Okay.
Maybe B, but we need C tier's lonely.
All right. Crash Bandicoot 1.
Crash Bandicoot 1. It was satisfying to beat it, but I hated it. I hated it. Oh my gosh, if anything's gonna go in F tier, I would put it in F tier.
Okay.
I mean, I don't feel like, but don't think because I put it in F tier that I really like despise. Okay, I kind of did.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to going back to playing that too.
Yeah.
Just sheer fact that collecting the gems is extremely tough
Yeah, I
compared to
bought
the other
all
two
of the
games.
games because
Well, it came in the Crash Bandicoot
yeah,
Insane
yeah.
trilogy
I'd
collection.
heard that it was yeah, I guess not all the games, but yeah, I'd heard I thought that they were fun because my friend Saint Drew the Winter Wizard
Mm-hmm.
streamed them all. I think he streamed the originals. I'm not
Yes,
100%
he's
sure.
got the PlayStation
And
1
then
versions that these
it
are
was
coming
he made it look kind of easy. So I was like, well, these games are on sale. I'll go get those. And then it ended up being awful.
Oh, but
Just really
what about
difficult.
the second one?
Second one was better. It was a lot better.
A lot better.
But it was still like difficult and frustrating. But it was at least playable. Like the first game, why?
Yeah, the first game is very rough, and
I'd make it D tier.
D. Okay.
Sorry, I know fans are gonna
And the
they
third
love
one?
this stuff. Third one is
The one you've been playing most recently.
yes, it is a lot better. The only time I really got frustrated was trying to unlock, get enough gems or whatever, unlock the bonus levels.
Yeah, the relics. Yeah.
Whatever. They, aside from that, the game was all right.
Okay.
If you don't try to actually beat if you're really just trying to make it to the end, and you're not super crazy about beating each level perfectly or whatever, time trials, it's actually not that bad.
Okay.
I got frustrated, but I would say it's split in C tier.
Okay. Just briefly, I've recently, the past couple days, been playing through Crash 3 myself on your copy. Thank you so much for lending me. Yeah, the underwater levels were extremely frustrating. I had a really hard time with those, especially when we have to backtrack a bit for the red gem. The on rails levels, the first one I didn't have too much difficulty. The one where you're riding the tiger in the daytime, I still remembered how to do that one. But the one at night, the second one, that one I struggled with. I definitely also agreed with you about the stopwatch, having a hard time getting that. That was fairly annoying, missing that. Although, in my case, I just used that as an opportunity to practice the level and gather Wumpa Fruit to earn lives and stuff. So it wasn't too bad, but it was getting pretty tiresome at one point. And the first tomb level, I had some issues with as well. But really glad you got to play those and that you at least liked the third one enough to put it that high. All right, next is Fall Guys.
Fall Guys. It's a fun game, a lot of replayability. B tier.
B.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a bunch of mini games and stuff, but you play with a lot of people. Yeah, it's endurance, whatever. You've all played. Everybody knows what that game is.
And next is Final Fight 1.
Yeah, one of my favorite games. This is the Game Boy Advance release version of Final Fight. It is probably the most complete experience you can get at home with Final Fight. That's not the arcade game, which you can't really get at home through legal means. And you're supposed to be able to play two-player with just one card, but I could never get it to work right. There's some sort of issue with without not playing it with the Game Boy player. I was playing it on the Analog Pocket.
You
It's
want to show off your analog pocket?
no,
You
it's.
could.
I mean, I could.
I mean, you don't
try.
have to if you don't want to.
Yeah, you
All
know
right.
what?
So what are you ranking it?
Oh, oh. Okay, sorry, trying to get it out. There we go. It's A tier.
A. Okay.
Yeah, I love the game. Classic arcade action. Oh,
All right. Next is Five Nights at Freddy's.
yes. There you go. There's the Analog Pocket. It's a lot of fun. Little black game. It's just a little black box. It's so good. Costs a fortune though.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's,
first game.
which I did not beat.
You only played the
Um,
first one, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
only ever played the first one. I played it because the movie came out. A lot of people were talking about it. Somebody kept saying I should play it. Jump scares got me almost every single
yeah.
time, even though I knew they were coming.
Yeah.
It's very nerve wracking. It's hard to say. Like, I don't know if it's bad. I think it's a good game. It's just really difficult. I put in C. Let's
Ooh,
put in
wow.
C.
C. Okay.
Just because it's. I mean, I do like the
All
old
right.
school
Next is
graphics.
Fortnite.
Fortnite. Everybody knows this. It needs no explanation. It takes you 2 weeks to beat the game. That's why they call it Fortnite. I know it has something to do with the zombie survival, horde.
I have no
or
idea.
whatever.
I've never played the other modes. Really.
That's the original game. The game was mostly
I played
about,
Fort Nightmares mode a couple sometimes.
yeah, which I'm pretty sure is more of a reference to the original game design. But
yeah. Well, how would you rank Fortnite?
yeah, it's hard to say. It's a lot of fun, a lot of replayability. It depends on what night you log on, whether how well or not you'll do or not, because sometimes you'll get worse players, which I prefer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess a B tier.
Okay.
It's all right.
Right next to Fall Guys. Perfect. All right. Next, F-Zero 99.
F-Zero 99, fun game. It's just basically an extrapolation of F-Zero, only they add 99 players and
Yeah, that was very unique. I mean, the other ones I thought were very different from this.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
everybody had their own individual screen, playing their own individual game that you're competing against. This one, you're all together in the same match.
Yeah, you finally get to do F-Zero with multiplayer. But I do. The one thing I really like about it is that it tells you, like, you need to be in this position in order to stay in the race. And if you don't make it, it boots you out. And it could be frustrating, but that makes it a lot easier to play. Because, like, once you get to a certain point and you cannot possibly win, I don't want to keep playing.
Yeah.
And this game's like, you can. So then I like it
Okay.
a lot. A lot of fun.
Okay.
I'm going to put it in C.
C.
I mean, like I know I said, like I talk it up or whatever, but it also is very repetitive.
Grimace's
As you would be.
birthday.
I might have to move that to B. What do we got? I think it's a B tier.
All right, Grimace's birthday.
Grimace's birthday. This was very nostalgic. A lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with it. I got the mod on the Analog Pocket so I could load it onto there and not have to play it through the web browser. Because it is an actual Game Boy Color ROM. It's not just designed to look like one. As soon as I saw it, I was like, this is Game Boy. And I was like, holy cow, it's an actual ROM of it. As far as the game goes, though, that's a D tier.
D. Okay.
It's not very complex.
Yeah.
And it's short overall. It's a very short game.
Next is Haunted House.
Haunted House. One of my favorites. I play this every year on Halloween. Classic Atari game. Gorgeous art. But also super easy.
Really an inconvenience.
Yeah, when I was a child, I used to I just had no idea. I didn't get this game at all.
You play as Meatwad, right?
Yeah, kind of. And I mean, I liked it. I like this game. If we're going by as far as an actual game, there's not much to it. You can literally beat it in a matter of seconds if you get lucky enough, because the three pieces you need to collect spawn randomly, and sometimes they're all in the same room, and you could just collect them and peace out. I think the shortest time, I think I did it I think the world record is, I don't know what the word record is, but look, I won in about 4 seconds, so it was very very
I
quick.
think I managed to make a stream clip of that some time ago.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah,
I like it. Not based on it actually being a good game. If I was gonna put it as a game, I would say it's F tier. It's an F tier of a
okay.
game.
But how do you think? What do you like? How
I
do you
like it
like
a lot.
it?
It's a lot of fun. It's a big part of my childhood. I'd put it in B. I'd put it in B tier.
B. Okay, I expect that to be pretty high.
It is overall. If you're rating it
Okay.
just as a game, it's definitely F tier. But
All right, we
I
got
like it.
next is Injustice: Gods Among Us.
Just got Among Us, a dime a dozen, side beat 'em up.
You play
with
as the
tons of different
DC characters.
Yeah, DC characters, a few cameos
Heroes and
by
villains.
Mortal Kombat characters and some Ninja Turtles.
No, that was the sequel.
Oh, is
Ninja
that on
Turtles
this
is the
list
sequel.
too?
You played through the story of the first one.
Well, yeah, but the other one's on this list too.
Yes,
Okay.
separate entry.
I like it, but it's a dime a dozen C tier.
C. Okay,
Yeah,
and then Injustice 2.
yeah, I'd rate it the same.
Okay.
I enjoyed it a little bit more, but it is just more of the same. Just more DLC. It's just DLC.
I don't know how
Injustice.
much of this you actually played, other than we just wanted to play the Ninja Turtles
Yeah, I just wanted to play
during
the
this
Turtles.
Ninja
And the
Turtles.
Ninja Turtles
streams.
aren't really like they're basically reskins of each other. They're not really like four
Let's
separate
see.
Ninja Turtles. Truly.
Ishido.
Oh shoot, that was this year.
Yeah, that was this year.
Way of the Stones.
Yes, Ishido Way the Stones.
That is one of my favorite puzzle games for Game Boy. It's one of those like I barely read the instructions, kind of figured out through trial and error how to play it. Not like it's super complex. I'm not like a genius or anything.
Yeah, you are.
Well, whatever.
Don't sell yourself short.
I would put that. That's a B tier.
B. Okay.
I have fun with it, but I can only play it for so long before I get bored again.
All right. Hold on, where are we here?
Down here in the next row down there you go.
Left 4 Dead 2.
Left 4 Dead 2. I only ever play this at the LAN parties. I don't know how to do anything in this. The zombies versus survivors mode is like the only thing we really play because most of us don't know what we're doing. And while it is fun, I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes I get to kill somebody. That's great. I mean, in the game.
That's it. Yes. So let's make that
shoot.
clarification.
I don't want to say it's D tier, but I think I'm going to put it in D tier.
Okay.
Yeah, these are just my opinions. I think some of as far as just being good games, I would definitely shuffle them around if I was to remove myself from
Super
the
Mario
equation.
Brothers Deluxe.
Oh, that's a great game. That is a very true to form. It's basically just the original game on a Game Boy. They
Game Boy
crop the
Color.
screen. Yeah, Game Boy Color. They crop the screen down
Yeah.
to fit, and they do this weird scrolling thing sometimes when you're jumping, so you can see, oh, here's what gets cut off because of the screen format. And it's a little jarring, and it makes the game harder to play. I have a much easier time playing the original Mario game on Mario All Stars. But I do really, I mean, it's the original Mario. I friggin' love it. I friggin' love it. That's A tier.
All right, so I have it in the right. Oh, dang it. Yeah. 8 here. All right, cool. All right, next we have Mario Land 2 and the 6 golden coins.
Oh my gosh, that's this year too, yeah. I like the game a lot. It is basically Mario 3, but for, I mean, it's done in the style of Mario 3, but for the Game Boy, and that was what I had wanted. I wanted Mario 3 on Game Boy. That was like the thing I wanted the most in my life.
And then you
at
got
that
it
age.
on the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, well, kinda.
And on Wii U.
I mean, yes, we got Mario 3, but I wanted it on the Game Boy.
Yeah.
And this was as close as we got. And
At the time.
no, it's as close as we got.
Okay.
We never got anything closer to Mario 3 on the Game Boy. There's
Okay,
nothing
yeah,
else.
I guess if you're not counting Game Boy Advance as
No.
Game Boy.
No, I'm definitely
okay.
not. Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Advance.
All right.
I would say it's a lot of fun, but it's kind of hard to put a B tier.
B, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
dang it. There, B.
that's pretty high up.
Next is Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Yes, I didn't know what to expect. I just knew that this was a game that people liked. I didn't really get it because I'm a silly bird.
And you know what you call this kind of game? Do you know what kind of game it is?
It's a Mario game with rabbits.
Real-time strategy.
Oh, RTS. Okay.
At least I'm pretty sure that's what
The
it's
one
called.
time your abbreviation would sound, because like Nintendo Online, it's like I've never heard that abbreviated.
Okay.
But I've never heard RTS spoken out loud as real time strategy.
Okay, weird. But,
Well, not never, but um,
But yeah,
I didn't like it. I
Yeah.
didn't like it at all. Put it F tier.
F tier. Okay.
I know people
Yeah,
like these things.
I
People are
agree
gonna
with
hate
you on
me
that
for
one.
this.
I gave up on it sooner than you did. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically it's a turn-based game where you move your characters to a different position and shoot at them, and it's very weird. Mario with a gun.
Yeah. There you
Even
go.
though they say, oh yeah, Mario was originally gonna have a gun. Yeah, sure. Even though there's so many claims that Miyamoto said that he wanted Mario to have a gun, I don't believe it. The next one we have here is Epic Mickey 2.
Yes. It's supposed to be like some sort of two-player functionality, not like
There
true
was.
two-player.
We did.
Yeah, but it was so almost not noticeable.
Okay.
I don't know. I thought it was okay, but I did never revisit it. So
Yeah, we only did a couple streams of it.
yeah, so it's like, hey, I don't know. It just didn't do it for me. I'd put it in D tier. No, I wouldn't say F tier, but I would say D
D?
tier.
Okay.
I appreciate the cameos and the actual voice actors from the shows or movies or whatever reprising their characters.
All right, another one we didn't stream,
Frank Welker, too.
Moving Out, which we played together with Saint Trey the Winter Wizard.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I want to do more of that. I'd say it's an A tier. I want to put it in A tier.
All right, yeah. Since nobody got to see us play, you want to describe?
Yeah,
what
basically
it's
you
like?
play as this. You could pick a couple different avatars, but you are a moving crew, and you go through. You drive to a house. It's fun too. It sounds kind of boring, but you drive to a house. You go through, and in a silly fashion, you're picking a specific object. You're like, you need to load this truck up with 20 objects. So you go through the house. You start grabbing stuff, and it shows you which ones are the ones you need to load up, and then you have to hang on to it, drag it into the truck. If it's a bigger item, you need to get a friend to help you. You don't have to in most cases, but it makes it a lot easier. There's a time limit and special bonus items. There's one level that's got Ninja Turtles in it, so it is just a lot of fun. Highly recommend
Yeah,
it.
we've only done a few of the levels so far, but
Yeah.
looking forward to doing more.
That is one that I like and that I think people will genuinely like.
And it's got a sequel too.
Oh.
All right. Let's see. Orion and the Will of the Wisps.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I
Pretty
got
sure
that
that's right.
game because I saw the sequel advertised. And I was like, wow, that is beautiful. I want to play that. It's like, well, it's not on the Switch. But the other game is. So I was like, okay, I'll play that. It's a great game. It's really difficult, but it's gorgeous. I put it in S tier.
Yeah, Orion. Okay.
You play as this little wisp, basically, and you're
It's a little furry guy.
and just a beautiful, beautiful story, beautiful artwork, and it blends seamlessly in with the
It is
cinematics.
also a sequel, which you
Yeah.
played the first game last year,
Yes.
or completed the first game last year.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All right. Next, Overwatch 2.
Overwatch 2. I liked Overwatch, and I didn't want to be one of those people that was like just hating on the second one because it was different.
Uh-huh.
And it turns out a lot of people that hate on the first one, it's fair. I mean, it's fair. I mean, not hate on the first one, hate on the second one.
Uh-huh.
They're like, I like the first one, but the second one sucks. I
And you
was
can't go
like,
back to the first
You
one.
can't go back. So Overwatch no longer exists. They changed the rules. They cut down the players to 5 per match. 5 on each team instead of 6, which is fine. They're all
that's
fine
strange.
changes. Yeah.
Taking off one player from each side?
Yeah, it was to make
Why?
it more. Supposedly they
More
were
balanced?
always fighting for balance. They nerfed some players.
They should give you the option
All different
to
abilities.
choose how many players each team can have.
Yeah, there should be different. There should be a
1v1,
classic mode.
2v2,
I think
etc.
simple answer. Just make Overwatch. Just make it Overwatch. Then take all your other elements, make it Overwatch 2. Like
Also, how easy is it to get your friends playing together?
Oh yeah, if you want to play with your friends, it's not hard at all to set
Okay.
it up. But
Because that's one of those things that can make and break a game that's
Yeah.
nothing but multiplayer.
yeah, but basically, the big deal is, first game, a lot of fun. I loved it. I would have said the original is A tier. But since it no longer exists as a true to form outside of custom game modes, Overwatch 2 is a definite drop off. It loses a lot of the fun. It still has a lot of the same things in it, but it somehow manages to be a lot less fun. I would say that's a. I hate to say it, but I think it's an F tier.
Oh my! Wow. Okay.
I just don't enjoy
Never play
playing
that
it.
one again, huh?
I
All
just,
right.
I will, but I.
Pac-Man 99.
Pac-Man 99. Take the original game, and other players you can't see. A whole bunch of new gameplay features. Basically all new. It's a beautiful game. It's a lot of fun. Very nostalgic. It's a B tier.
B. Okay.
Yeah. But also the online features the online stuff has all been closed. You can't really play it anymore except for the offline features.
All right. Portal.
Portal, that was a lot of fun puzzle solving basically. It's a sort of a 3D open world platformer with
First
puzzles.
person puzzle platformer.
Yeah, it's a unique game. It's a lot of fun. It definitely deserves the praise it gets. I'd say it is frustrating, and I do get a lot of motion sickness playing these games, but they are great games. Yeah, it's an A tier easily. Same for Portal 2.
All right, Portal 2.
Portal 2 is
right
basically more the same with a few tweaks and a few new mechanics, but the characters in it are freaking great.
Yes.
The songs, the mythos. At first it's like, what am I doing here?
I am so looking forward to more. I can't wait.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Solid games. There's a reason they've lasted this long.
Road Redemption.
Road Redemption. It is a spiritual successor to Road Rash. What I really like about it is like Road Rash, you're like, I'm on a couple motorcycles or whatever. This game really goes to town with, well, maybe you can't play all the motorcycles at first, but you get to see a lot of them. And
for those that don't know, Azurean rides.
Yes,
she's a
I
motorcycle rider.
I have a Yamaha R3, technically Monster GP Moto Edition, but it's a whole thing. But there's like the bikes are all like the off-brand safe variations of the bikes, like Harley Davidson and that sort of thing. So
okay,
but they look so good. They look like real-world bikes. The gameplay is fun, if not repetitive and very difficult at times. I get why some people really don't like this game.
Okay.
But I thought it was okay. I'd say I say C tier.
C. Okay.
I liked it though.
Let's see. Next is Super Animal Royale.
Yeah, great game. A lot of basically, as someone had once described it to me, and the reason I got into playing it is because PUBG was so hard for me and so detailed. They're like, well, let's play Super Animal Royale. It's like PUBG, but way simpler, and with cute fuzzy creatures. And it's one of the games that without this game, I don't know if I would have been introduced to the furry fandom.
Mm-hmm.
I went to go gawk at a furry streamer, Leco Clave, and then it turned out I was like, I couldn't gawk because he was just so amazing. It was so cool to see a furry playing a furry game, and I was enamored, and that kind of just pulled me right in.
Okay, well, that stuff aside, you playing it this year, how would you rank it?
It's still fun. The game's only gotten better. The player base has gotten much bigger. Used to be, you'd go into a match, you might be playing with 20 people and a whole bunch of extra bots because each game is like 64 players or something like that. And you used to just like stuff the game with bots just to fill out the roster, so you didn't have to wait an eternity to play another game.
Uh-huh.
Now sometimes you're playing against entirely like no AI. So definitely the game just keeps getting better. I have to say it's an A tier game.
Wow. Okay. All right. Next is Sonic Mega Collection.
Yes, that is a whole bunch of Sonic games.
It was Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Sonic the Hedgehog and Knuckles, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, and Sonic 3D Blast, and Sonic Pinball. Or Sonic Spinball.
Yeah, those are all the ones that are available by default.
Were played.
And those are all the ones I played. And I do really kind of hold all of. I know it's kind of a cheat, but I do kind of hold all of them in the same regard. I bought this for GameCube because it was a cheap game, and I'm a sucker for collections. And I'm like, oh my goodness, all the Sonic games in one place. I'll take it, one please. And then I got it, and I played it a few minutes when I first got it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's right. I don't like these games. And then but they're okay. Honestly, if I played them more as a kid, I probably would have really
Yeah.
enjoyed Sonic. But since I never really got into it, I don't really like. I'm sorry, I love
Yeah.
the Sonic characters. The characters
Yes,
are great.
absolutely.
Movie's great. The show on Netflix,
Oh
Sonic
my goodness,
Prime,
yes.
is so good. It references the game. It has fun characters. It's how you do a game as a show.
Agreed.
But I don't really like the original. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. This is just me. I do like it. Like these blue.
yes.
It's a C tier.
Oh, as high as C. Okay.
No, it's D.
D. Okay.
It's D tier. I'm sorry. I really want to like these games. I like
So-
the Mean Bean Machine kind of.
I was about to say that's probably my favorite on there,
Yeah.
and it says almost next to nothing to do with Sonic.
Yeah, out of all the ones I played, Mean Bean Machine is definitely one of the highest, lower to the closer to the bottom of Pinball and.
Apparently, the other
Pinball.
robot characters that you fight at the beginning were featured in the very first episode of Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. There's like background robots that showed up in the first episode alone and then never show up again.
Oh.
So evidently they got the creators of the game got the footage of the pilot episode and based all the adversaries on them without knowing that these guys aren't going to be important at all.
Okay, so
So
yeah,
it's kind of funny, right, to think about. But anyway, Tetris 99.
love Tetris, great game. I've been playing a whole bunch of different variations. There's too many to count. Not literally, but there's so many different versions of Tetris. Well, this is not my favorite. My favorite version does not exist anymore.
Oh.
Battle Tetris or Tetris Battle. I can never remember the order that goes in. Well, this one does have some similar gameplay. It's definitely different, but it's still Tetris. I love it. I used to stream this like week after week.
You have?
Yeah, this year I've done it, but not nearly as much as when I first got into it. It's definitely an A tier game.
Hey,
I love
okay.
it. I love it. I just wish I could get more people to play with me. Like,
Yeah.
I
I used to play with you too, but I couldn't keep it on my my Switch. It was taking up too much space and always needing updating. TMNT Cowabunga Collection.
Yes, I played every game on here. Some games I played in my childhood. Some games I played only because they're available here. I never played in my childhood. So, gosh.
Which one?
I never
be?
played the Turtles 3 or 2 for the Game Boy.
Okay.
I only played the first one just because as a kid and I couldn't get access to the other games. I loved Fall of the Foot Clan, one of my favorite Game Boy games of all time. It's the first one I played on the big screen when I got the converter.
The Game Boy player?
Yeah. Yes, the Game Boy player. And then
Oh no,
later-
Super Game Boy.
Yeah, it was Game Boy. I never had the Super Game Boy.
Oh, okay. So it was a Game Boy player. The
Yeah.
GameCube.
Yeah, that was the
Okay.
first thing I was like, I got a big screen television. I've got the Game Boy player.
That is.
I'm
that
going
is
to go play it on
wild.
there. And, because it's, very pixelated, but fun game. Gosh, the original one for NES, which isn't really based
Yeah.
on
you
anything.
can just walk over it.
Yeah. I remember as a kid, when I knew where everything was, it was a lot more fun. But it's not a great game. The second one, they're all good. You got Turtles, you got Turtles 2 the arcade, Turtles 3 Turtles Take Manhattan, which was a lot of fun. It was basically
the
like
Manhattan Project.
yeah, Manhattan. I'm sorry, I got the Jason thing in my head.
Yeah,
But
that is what that
It's
is.
a lot of fun. It looks like an arcade game. They did a great job of recreating the arcade experience on a console original. Then you have Turtles 4, Turtles in Time, which is on Super Nintendo. You have all the versions of the fighting games.
Does it also come with the arcade version, or is it just
Yep, it goes with that too.
So the arcade version
Yeah.
and the Super Nintendo version.
Both Ninja Turtle arcade games are available.
And it had all the versions of Tournament Fighters as well.
Yeah, I said that.
Did you? I'm sorry.
Yeah, and it's Hyperstone Heist as well.
The Genesis version.
It's like all the games, all the mainline games, and they were all a lot of fun. They're still fun now. Hey, it's a great game. Is it S tier? I think it might be an S tier game.
Okay.
Just because there's so many games. There's a couple duds in there, but
Shredder's Revenge.
Shredder's Revenge, S tier.
Immediate S tier.
very much like the Ninja Turtle arcade games, which are the very best of arcade games. I'd say they're way up there compared to any arcade games. As far as side-scrolling beat 'em ups, yeah, it's great. It's just like it's a very very good follow-up to Turtles in Time. The only thing that
Indeed.
disappoints me is that there's a huge library of Ninja Turtle Rogues. The Ninja Turtle Rogues gallery is
Yes.
huge, and they are all repeats of characters that appeared in almost all repeats of
Yeah.
bosses that appeared in the first four, or the
Yeah.
Turtles 2, Turtles
There's
3.
a couple that weren't in there in the other ones. So
The video game one, maybe?
Wingnut
Yes, that's right.
and
Wingnut.
what's I just played this recently with Teddy Dead Rat. Why can't I think of their names? The Bull and the Mole.
Yeah, you're talking about Bulls, Dirtbag.
Dirtbag, yeah.
Oh shoot!
Dirtbag
It's not
and
Bullseye.
Bull. Probably not. But let's just go with that. So yeah, those two guys I don't think were in any previous games.
No, they were. They were in Manhattan
they?
Project.
Okay.
Yeah, they were in the Manhattan Project.
But
I had the
Wingnut
choice-
wasn't though. Wingnut's
You were correct. Wingnut
new.
wasn't. No, that's not.
What about General Trag? Was
General
he-
Trek? Yeah, he was in the Turtles arcade. He was in the original.
Okay. What about Chrome Dome? Is Chrome Dome fightable?
Chrome Dome.
Someone you could fight in the other
I
games?
not 100%. He was in the fighting games. I mean, yeah, I guess if you're counting just the arcade games, I guess not, but it's just like we're like struggling to come up with it. It should be easy.
I
There's
know.
1,000.
But in any case, here's hoping they keep adding new stuff. They recently added, Usagi Yojimbo and Karai as playable characters, increasing the roster from, what was it, 7 to 9? So he had all 4 Turtles, Splinter, and April, and then you unlock Casey Jones. That was 7.
Is it Ground Chuck?
Ground Chuck, yeah, that's
Ground
it.
Chuck. It's been so long. I love the
It's a
toys.
meat
the Dirtbag
reference.
and Ground Chuck. They originally appeared in the Ninja Turtles Primetime special.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
along with Chrome Dome.
But yeah, so it's a great game. The art style is very, very comic, very cartoon/comic, relevant. The fact that you can play as 6 players simultaneously, which still have yet to actually manage to do. We need to find enough people to be able to do that. And apparently they recently added in an ability to play as the same character, as there's a bunch of different toggles, and apparently you can actually opt to play as the same character, which is not something you typically
Okay.
get to do.
All right.
So we could
what's,
all play as the same person.
Yeah, sounds great. What's the next one?
Next one is Wario Land
Oh,
2. What's that?
Wario Land 2?
Yes.
I was okay. I didn't really like it that much. I would say it's a D tier. It's just like it is unique. I originally thought it was going to be like I played Wario Land 3 and that one I only played. I put them both D tier.
Oh, really?
Because
Both?
like Wario Land 3, I actually got because I bought a Game Boy Advance SP off of eBay because I wanted an easier, simpler, cleaner setup to connect Game Boy Advance to my GameCube. I rarely ever did it, but it came with Wario 3, and I didn't. I don't really like those games. It's not really my thing.
You played through you completed both
I
of
played
them.
through them, and I kind of like them, but no, like if you asked me if I wanted to like replay them, I don't think I'll ever replay them. That's the only reason. Otherwise, if they were just a tiny bit more fun, I'd put them in C tier.
Okay. Next we have is WarioWare Get It Together.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of mini games, and the mini games don't necessarily have anything to do with Mario. Any sort of Mario games, they're all just fun games that just have the framing mechanism of being Wario and his friends are there.
Yep.
It has tons of friends somehow, even though he's a stinky, annoying person.
Hey.
But anyway, that's a lot of fun. I'm gonna B tier. It's got a ton of replay value, but it's also like
next Windjammers 2.
Windjammers 2. I love this game. I'd say, I want to put an S tier
Okay.
because it's just a lot of fun.
So
it's
for
just volleyball.
those who don't know what this game is,
It's volleyball, but there's like the roster It's a sequel that they made because the Windjammers, when it was put on the Virtual Console, was so ridiculously popular. It used to be a Neo Geo game.
Yes.
It was so popular on the Virtual Console that they did a sequel, added a lot more characters. The original game had like four, three, I don't know, six.
Yeah, I actually remember seeing this game, the original game, on one of those arcade cabinets with like 3 or 4
the
games
multiple
on it.
games. Yeah. It is a lot. My friend St. Jude the Winter Wizard turned me on to the game. The original was only $15. This one wasn't much more. Both are basically it's volleyball in different
But with
settings.
frisbees.
Yeah, it's a volleyball with frisbees, and it's a lot of fun. I always have a blast playing it. I'm pretty evenly matched with most of the people I play with. I think it's because the power balance, depending on the
Yeah.
characters you pick and all that, you can have a beginner come in and still give you a run for your money.
Yeah, the first time
So-
I ever played it with you,
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I was like too far. Like I didn't feel like you were too high above me.
Yeah,
to play
it
against.
does scale you pretty
But
well.
but then the second time we played it, I was struggling. I don't know what
It happens
happened.
too, and sometimes you have off times. But once you get the groove, it's a lot of fun, and I generally don't get too salty at this. Like my saltiness lasts
Yeah.
only a few
You
moments.
get salty quite easily for a lot of these games. So
Yeah, I
to
do.
hear that is definitely why it's so
Yeah,
high
it's
up
like,
there.
I get mad, but then I get happy that my friends are winning. Too.
And then we got Yoshi, the original for NES.
I don't
Where
know.
you match
Oh.
the things and the
Oh, yeah,
columns.
puzzle game. It's like a reskin something else. It's okay, but it was kind of a lazy game. C tier.
C, it's high C, okay.
Yeah, okay, it's D tier. Put it in
Okay.
D tier. I don't really want in D tier.
And
Or C tier.
lastly, but not leastly, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening for the Switch.
Yeah, that was great. My impression of it, the original game, because this is basically it's a revamping.
It's a complete
of
remake of overhaul of the
Yeah.
Game Boy game.
And like when I saw the Game Boy game, I was like, this is just Link to the Past. That was a really fun game. I want to play that. Never got around to it, so it was great to finally get the chance to play it.
Mhm.
I did start to play it on the Virtual Console at first, and I was like, I have that game, the remake. So I was like, I want to play the remake, and it's great. It's a great game. A tier easily.
All right.
If you like Link to the Past, you'll like
So
this
not
game.
not as good as that, and not good enough for S tier.
No, Link to the Past would be S tier.
Okay. Alrighty then. So let's say it's a pretty good representation. A and B's mostly, with a few elite S tier and only one double S tier.
It's the only game that deserves to be there.
And a lot of C and D tier seem to be the second highest amount we got here. And thankfully, only 3 games you listed as F tier.
Yeah.
Only
and-
3 games were bad enough that you never want to touch them ever
Yeah,
again.
come at me. I understand. I understand the popular opinion on a lot of these games, but I'm different.
Also, let me just double check and make sure I didn't miss any here.
Also, for the final tier, I don't know.
Let's see. I don't
It's
think
like,
we missed any.
there's got to be a game or two that I only streamed for a moment.
Yeah, I didn't count some of the other ones we got. There was
Like I did Gartic Phone a bunch of times, and
oh yeah, that's right. You did do
yeah,
that.
and, words.
The what's that golf? Everybody golf? What was it?
Oh yeah, I
the
always
one you
play
did with
that.
Pink's?
Yeah, I always played on Pink's birthday.
And you also played what's the Among Us?
Yeah, Among Us I played a
played
couple
that?
times. Among Us is fine. Everybody plays that. If we had it on here, I don't know. Maybe that'd be like a C tier. The golf game is I don't know. Maybe actually I think Among Us would be B tier. But the problem is the other players make it a C tier game because people get way too salty too easily, or they get frustrated. Like, why does everybody keep picking me? It's like this is part of the game.
I had a fairly decent time playing the
Yeah.
version that was in Fortnite.
Yeah.
That one wasn't too bad.
But yeah, these games they're a lot of fun. But like I said, there's definitely a few games here and there.
I think we did play some Jackbox games, but I couldn't remember specifically which ones we would have played this year.
There's too many lists. Like we can't.
But yeah, I thought
It's only
this
long
was
enough.
a good listing of the games.
Yeah.
But yeah, what games will she play next year? What games will she play this tonight? Even do you know what game you'll play tonight?
I don't know. We're done with Crash Bandicoot, so I'm not sure. I'll have to look through my list, my library of old
But
games.
yeah, we'll see what happens for the end of the year and what happens in 2024. We'll see if I manage to get my own tier list, which again will be very short. I did, other than the few I mentioned we played together, I did not play much more than Fortnite this year. I did do a few games on stream, but not a whole lot. So anyway, thanks for checking this out. We do have plans to do other tier lists of all the Marvel movies and where we rank them, and all the movies we saw this year, which I initially was thinking about doing tonight, but yeah, we might still be seeing a couple more before the year's over, so holding on to that one. So yeah, thanks for watching, you guys, and yeah, happy First Day Friday, and thanks for watching.
Happy First Day
Bye-bye.
Friday.